What's up, folks? It's Eric with Option Edge, and today's video I want to show an awesome opportunity in Treasury bonds. After Friday's FOMC meeting, it sounds like the Fed is going to cut rates at some point, and the markets are now pricing in a 21% chance that rate cuts begin as soon as next month, an almost 70% chance of them coming in about 3 months in March 2024, and there's now even a chance of 2 cuts coming in March 2024, and then up to 6 to 8 cuts in total in 2024 is what the current FedWatch tool meeting probabilities is pricing in. So how is that affecting the bond market? Let's take a look. All right, so we're in Trading View looking at the U.S. Treasury bond yield. This is the weekly chart. We peaked back in mid-October, this candle here, mid-October at about 5.3%. And now we're almost 100 basis points lower, currently almost at 4.2%. So, the trend looks like it has changed. It looks like we will be dropping off a cliff. And if we look at the price of bonds, let's take a look. So here's TLT. You can see the last couple weeks have been just a gnarly move to the upside. So we are kind of late to the party. And one of the things I want to look at is how much buying has happened. So I switched to the daily chart and I added the relative strength index. So 70 is an overbought situation. Okay, but if we back test this visually, let's go back a couple years to when we peaked above 70. If we go back in time to November, this is about November 18, bonds were coming down, and then we hit this inflection point here. Then a couple days later, right around a month later, we hit that 70 RSI level, which kind of marked a transition into higher bonds and rates coming down, leading to higher bond prices. Okay, and you can see, had you bought this area, maybe even a leap, a long-dated call option in TLT, you would have probably done all right. And a couple other times, it spiked up the 70. The RSI spiked up above a 70 a couple other times, but you can see, like, for example, here, spiked up big, and it just kept going up here. Another big spike, and it kind of just kept going. One of the things I want to do is, how can I get long TLT, and what are the returns after the RSI has already spiked? And I want to backtest basically from 2018 to 2020, where bonds sort of made that transition from lowering in price to going up in price. So let's go into my backtesting software and take a look. So down here, RSI 14 is above 75. So let's backtest what that would be like if we were to get long, even after we are clearly overbought. So let's take a look. All right, so I'm in my backtesting software. So I want to see what would happen if we got long a call with the RSI over 75. So here are the results going back from October of 2018 to August of 2020, and you can see we've had a pretty good win rate, 70% win rate, and I have we're just simply getting long a 30-day call, buying, and then closing out with gains above 60 or losses below 70, and not bad. I like 40 deltas. For me is kind of the sweet spot. We're a little bit out of the money, so your capital efficiency is a little bit better. So I like that a lot. And then let's go into my brokerage account and do a couple interesting things with selling against these calls to maybe create some income while we wait for these calls to mature. All right, so I'm in my brokerage account. So we got TLT populated up here, and I don't know if you can see this, but we have an IV rank of 30.8, which is kind of elevated. We're looking at the 33 days till expiration options contracts. So that's going to be January 19th, 2024. So let's open that up. So simply, it would be buying a 40 delta call just like this. And then if you want to get fancier, we could sell calls, shorter dated calls, and turn this into a diagonal spread against it. So if you wanted to, you're not going to get that much premium, but if you wanted to sell against it, a 103 call, you could do that, and that's going to give you a little bit extra of a yield. It'll help fight off your theta decay a little bit, and it's going to increase your probability of profit. But if you have a nice move to the upside in TLT, it's going to cap those gains. So for only a $15 or so credit, it's probably not worth it. So just going with the straight up calls might be the best bet for this trade.